simple keto lasagna for low carb and keto carnivore lovers. I'm going to show you how I make this lasagna. It's my mum's recipe. She came up with the idea. She used my keto flatbreads, which only have eggs and cheese in them, and she made them into sheets, and then she used that to assemble a lasagna. And so many of you asked me how to show you how to make this. I just thought, okay, I'll throw one together and then I'll show you what I did. So first thing this morning, I put this together. That was a kilo of ground steak. Hopefully you can see that there. I get the butcher to grind up steak for me, and I know it's local, I know it's Andorran beef, it's just the best possible beef I could find, so always buy the best you can afford. I fried that with an onion and put some garlic and some herbs into there. I chucked in a load of sliced mushrooms. I do eat some vegetables. I do eat low oxalate vegetables, so I don't have any problem eating things like mushrooms and tomatoes. I put a jar of a whole jar, that kind of size, of what you would call plum tomatoes, I think. These are just Italian tomato pelado, organic. And then I just cooked that, simmered it for about an hour, and here we are. And I like to cook my sauces and then leave them, because I think they always taste better if you cook them earlier in the day or the day before. I don't know why that is. They just always taste better, don't they, the next day. And I've been using to season today, this is sunshine salt, which is one of Dr. Sarah Myhill's products. You can buy this on her website. It's not expensive. It's rock salt, and it has 12 essential minerals in it. I don't know if I can read this without my glasses. Let's put them on and I can tell you what's in it. So it says, to be used instead of salt for cooking and on the table. Sunshine salt contains the top 12 essential minerals, vital for good health, but lacking in modern Western diets. Adults should consume 1 rounded teaspoonful daily. I'm not plugging this for my own benefit. I just think you should know about it. If you do live in the UK, check out Dr. Myhill's website. She's got some great stuff in her shop, some great supplements. So you've got things like calcium, magnesium, potassium, zinc, iron, boron, iodine, manganese, copper, molybdenum, can't say that, and selenium, chromium, vitamin D3 and vitamin B12 per 5 grams. You've got just the right amount for an adult. I tend not to add many supplements to my diet, but I cook with that because, hey, why not? Right, so let's put that to one side. That's just cooling down. Right, into that also goes some seasoning. Now, and in here, in my NutriBullet, I've shown you how to make this already, so I don't need to go over it again, but just quick recap. We have 4 eggs, 2 𝐇𝐀𝐒𝐄𝐄 soft goat's cheeses. You can also use cottage cheese. It works with ricotta. I like the goat's cheese because of the cheesy flavour. It also works with this fresh cheese that we get here in Andorra. I've seasoned it with a bit of pepper and salt. And then I put some chilies into my sauce as well, just some cracked chilies, because I like a bit of kick to it. Right, I'm going to blend this and make those flatbreads. Don't need to show you this again, so ready. Okay, so my 2 pans, which I've greased with a butter paper. I put grease grease paper into those because you need to, otherwise they don't come out of the pan, and you have to grease it. And I use old butter wrappers, which I keep in the fridge as I use them because they're brilliant for greasing pans. And we're literally going to pour this batter into these 2 tins. I've been preheating the oven to 190 degrees centigrade, or it's about 360 Fahrenheit. Just want that to spread out, because what I'm going to do is cut this into the sheets, the lasagna sheets. And it's cooked, there we go. About 15 minutes, maybe not quite that long. I just want them to be set and slightly brown, but the brownness doesn't really matter. It's going to be inside a lasagna. We're not even going to see them. Right, be back in a minute. What I like to do when I make a meat sauce is cook it earlier in the day and then leave it, because I just feel it really enriches the flavour. If you cook it, leave it on the side, let it cool down, and then use the sauce later. I always think things taste better the next day, don't they? And I'm not sure why that is, but it just is. So that's what I always aim to do. And I added some tomato puree at the end just to enrich it a little bit more. There we go. If you are a carnivore, then I'm sure you have your own version of a carnivore kind of bolognese sauce. So make that one. But those flatbreads are smelling fabulous. Let's see how they're going. Right, the top one's done definitely. Put that one there. Look at that, beautiful. Bottom one's a little bit anemic looking. Just give that another couple of minutes. So I'm going to let that cool down just for a few minutes, because it's a bit hot to work with at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll use this clean tea towel here. I love this tea towel, look. It's linen. It's from the 70s, I think. My mother-in-law gave it to me. I used to have a matching one that had a calendar on it from like 1972 or something. It's really nice. Right, we're going to leave that there because it'll cool down. It'll become a bit stiffer and be easier to work with. Meanwhile, I have grated some cheese. Now, I'm not going to make a bechamel sauce because I don't think it needs one. It's got loads of richness in the sheets. It's lovely and moist because I've made it moist by adding the tomato to it, and you can add extra water if you want to make it moister, but I think it'll be fine. I've grated some cheese. I've got two kinds of cheese here. One is raw Comté, which is a French cheese made of cow's milk, and the other one is Parmigiano Reggiano, which everybody knows. I just grated some cheese and I'm going to put that over the top of the lasagnas after I've assembled them. You can make them as cheesy as you like. There's no hard and fast rules. If you want to make a bechamel sauce, or if you just wanted to pour cream into it to make it moister, you could do that too. Right, use my big knife. So we can cut this into whatever shape or size we need for the dish we're going to use. So I'm going to use this glass dish here. So here's my lovely sauce, quite moist, as I said, big chunks of beef in there. Just going to make it 2 layers. So I may not need all this flatbread. I may not need as much as I've made. Enough. I'll make it. Cut it there. That should. She says breaking it. That should go in there nicely. Yes, it does. Now, like I said, I didn't make a bechamel sauce. I'm just going to pour some cream onto that because I don't fear cream or fat, and it will make it extra delicious. Next layer. I let the sauce cool down so that it didn't burn straight through the flatbreads. Come on, that's the perfect amount for this dish. Excellent. Yeah, the reason I didn't make a bechamel sauce is because I couldn't figure out how to make it without adding carbs or ingredients I didn't want. And having just said that, you could actually make a coconut. You could use coconut flour to thicken it. Coconut flour thickens really well, but so you have to be a little bit experimental and see what works for you. It does have a bit of a coconutty flavour. It is easy to overuse it, but like I said, I'm just added a bit of cream, make it delicious and rich. Right. And I'm going to take Take my next sheet, lay that over the top. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it over because it's going to brown in the oven. I don't want it to burn on top. Actually, there's a bit of room there. Extra little piece in there. And I pour a bit of my cream onto the top there. You don't have to add the cream. It works just as well without it. And I'm going to take my cheese, which, as I said, was a couple of different cheeses in there. And voila, you have it. Easy, very low carb lasagna. Oh gosh, let's just add the whole lot. Let's go really cheesy. I'm going to pop that back in the oven for about, well, it doesn't even need that long because it is all cooked, of course. Just going to put that back in the oven for about 15 minutes till all that cheese is melted and it's bubbling hot. And then I will show you the end result. So let's see how it's looking. It's had about 15 minutes, I think, in that oven. It's just starting to brown. I could probably leave it a bit longer, but I have run out of time because I've got to get on a call. So there we go. One low carb lasagna. Super easy to make. I'm not going to, I'm going to let it cool down a bit, but just to show you, let's just see if I can take a little piece out. I'll probably go all over the place. Let's just find a plate for that. Just going to take a small section out, show you what it looks like. It smells so good. There we go. A keto lovers low carb lasagna. So easy to make. Just use that flatbread. You can use it for all sorts of things. Look at that. And even though it's absolutely baking hot, I'm going to taste it. That tastes so good. Oh, can't wait to eat that. That is absolutely delicious. So, how easy was that? Let me know how you get on with yours. Could do with a bit more browning. Might stick it back in for 5 minutes, but there you go. Keto lovers. Simple, easy, low carb lasagna. No flour in there. No need for it. I mean, it just tastes wonderful. And that's what I'm going to be having for my lunch. I might have to share it with Simon. There is a kilo of beef in that. So that's it. Easy, simple, keto. Could be carnivore lasagna if you got a bit stricter with the ingredients, but definitely keto, definitely very low carb. Definitely delicious. Great idea for a supper, for a big lunch, a dinner party, whatever. You could let that go cold and eat it in chunks from the fridge and take it for a packed lunch. It would still be delicious. It's so moist. I hope you can see that. How much moisture we've got in there. It's just beautiful. Didn't even matter that it didn't have a bechamel sauce because I just poured that bit of cream in. It's worked perfectly. So, hope you enjoyed that. Hope it was useful. Please remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will hopefully see you on my very next video. If you enjoyed this one, you might like one of these two next. Till next time, stay safe, nourish, don't punish, and I'll see you very, very soon. Cheerio. Bye for now.